Granny Rocks.
And I'm James Maynard, otherwise known as Sweet Baby James.
And we believe, we think we're on live, but I don't think we actually are on live because that thing is still thinking. Anyway, if we are on live, hello. And if we aren't, we will be any second now. Okay.
It says we're live video.
Oh, now it says we're live. Anyway, we'll do this again, just in case. Hi, I'm Beth Green, otherwise known as Granny Rocks.
And hello, I'm James Maynard, otherwise known as Sweet Baby James.
And we are here, hopefully, recording for you. I mean, live streaming for you. Can anybody... Oh, somebody is waving. That means somebody sees us.
Hi.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I even see this, the wave, and that means there's a comment coming through. Okay, yay. So we can't see how we look. So hopefully we're in the picture. Let us know if we're in the picture, shall we? Thank you, Tracy. Luann gave us a wave. Tracy said, glad you could make it. Elizabeth said, hello, good to see you at home. Can you actually see us because the camera is not showing up at all? So let us know if either one of us has to move. Anyway, tonight I am going to talk about grief. We all experience it, and how do we face it? And this is a very personal message from me tonight. And I hope that it's helpful to you. Oh, Tracy said you're in the picture, and Elizabeth said you're in the picture. Oh, that's good. That's good. This is so bizarre.
And Blanca says, hello, my friend.
And hello to you, Blanca. So this is awesome. We have, oh, look, the picture just showed up. Oh, Catalina said you're looking good, and Island says good. Oh, thank you. It's so wonderful to have all of our friends here. Okay, so you heard me that I'm going to be talking about grief. We all experience it, how to face it. And I've been thinking about this tonight because we have just, been facing so much grief, and so have so many other people around us. So I just want to talk a little bit about it, and then I want to talk about how it feels, and how to face it, and what the trick might be.
Oh, yes.
If there were a trick.
I would like to know the trick.
I always have a trick up my sleeves, right? Amy said, great to see you back home. Well, it is great to be back home, but that's part of the grief, is we have really no reliable internet. We're struggling. I'm trying to use my cell phone on my computer, my desktop. The tower is going up and down. There wasn't any cell phone service before, but now at least there is some. And the drive up here was horrible, just horrible. There were, maybe we had to drive through 40 miles that had been impacted by the fires, but 30 more than that. 30 really had brown and green and brown and green. And then 20 miles was complete devastation. And we've been grieving. And it's like, oh my God, paradise is gone. 20 miles of complete devastation where there used to be beautiful trees and homes and love and happiness and joy.
And a post office and a medical clinic.
Right. It's all burned down. And then you come to us and it's paradise. We're still here. But it's hard to get up here. It's hard to get back to town. It's hard to get groceries. It's hard to get internet. There's no, phone service and so on. So it's very difficult. So life is difficult, and we're kind of like feeling the difficulty, and it's kind of a little bit trying, and we're, a little anxious and not so easy. But the grief of seeing that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful land and the homes and the trees, and you could feel other people's grief as you drove through it, the grief of the people who lived there, who lost everything, it's like overwhelming amount of grief. And then we're struggling with our own grief about, the difficulty for us now. It's always been difficult to live here, but it's much more difficult to live here now. And we have made a decision that we are going to sell our house if we can, and we have to move. And that is like, I'm devastated with grief because I love this place. I've always wanted to live in a place like this, and now I do, and now we have to give it up, and I'm feeling grief about that. Okay, so that's one kind of grief, and then people have grief of loss of loved ones, and those loved ones can be people, can be animals, can be a place, right? Some people have to leave their homeland forever because they're refugees. I mean, I can't even imagine. Some of the crazy thoughts that come to me is like, how do people clip their nails when they have to leave their homes with nothing? Anyway, I'm sure they have bigger problems, but those are the things I think about is, very practical. Anyway, there are so many levels of loss of people, loved ones. I lost my dog this year too. I mean, I'm just like grief after grief is compounding. Well, now you're wanting to know what the trick is and how am I going to, so how are we going to face this? And so and there's another kind of grief I want to talk about. It's not only the grief of the loss of what you have, but you can grieve the loss of what you hoped you were going to have. I thought I was going to have this great life with this guy, and then it didn't happen. It turns out he was gay, and I'm a woman. Or he dies, or something else happens, or it turns into some nasty relationship, or some career that you think you're going to have. It's like you're grieving the loss of this thing that you thought that was going to bring you out of poverty or bring your family out of poverty. Have I given enough examples of the different kinds of grief?
Go to another one.
Okay.
As we age.
Yes.
We can grieve the loss of capacities we've had before.
Oh, yeah. That's what we're going through, which is why we're leaving this wonderful place. So, and we're grieving the loss of things that are very dear to us. So now, where's the upside that you always expect from Granny?
Yeah, where is it?
Well, I realized something as I was meditating on this question, that what I can't recover from. See, I think with grief, sometimes it feels like I'll never recover. Like when I lost Mojo, or facing the loss of this house. I feel like I will never, never recover from this loss. This place nurtures me. It brought me back to life. It's so important to me. It's my lifeline, and blah, blah, blah. It's everything I love. So, okay. And then I realized, well, why do I think I can't recover? That's the question. Now, let's say when you were a child, you lost a parent. So you may, really, a young child, you may have lost a mother or a father or your whole family. And is it that you can't recover from the grief? Or is it that you can't recover from the loss of the thing that you needed so much? Like so many children, when they lose a parent and then maybe they have a step parent, or the other parent becomes so distraught that they go into depression, and then they've lost two parents. Well, what we're seeing with all of this, guys, is, oh my God, there's all kinds of comments. Island said, you're home. Blanca sent us a flower. Todd says, good to see you too, but sad to hear about the devastation and the difficulties. Glenda said, you two, so glad you two are home and safe. Prayers for your neighborhood. Yes. Boyke says, hi, Maestro. Hope always healthy. God bless you. Thank you. Crystal says, watching from Philadelphia. Love you two beautiful souls. Island says, yes, aging. Well, look at that. I didn't yet see how I'm not used to this. We're doing it all differently, and I'm glad we're doing it at all. So I apologize it took me so long to see your comment. But they're there. Thank you, God. So, in fact, we're hearing from people who've been watching us that we didn't even know they watched. So, you see. So, it isn't that you can't recover from the grief. And it feels that way at the time because the pain can be so strong. It's that I believe that sometimes it's hard to recover from the loss itself and not from the grief. Now, sometimes the loss can be made up in some way. Maybe you lose a mother, but there is mothering in the universe, and it's showered on you, and you're one of those lucky people, and then you heal on the inside, and you can overcome that grief. But if you don't get that mothering anywhere, you are in trouble. You know, you are going to have trouble recovering from the grief because the grief goes on and on and on because you're still not getting it and you're still not getting it. See, grief is normal in life, but we can recover. I just had the most ridiculous analogy come to me. You're going to shoot me when you hear this, but you have to understand I'm under a lot of stress, right? You know, like when you overeat and you get a stomach ache,
Right.
you will recover.
Yeah.
Unless you have one of these digestive systems like mine that never does recover even when you don't overeat. But anyway, you get my point. Okay. So there are things, but if you have like cancer of the stomach, you're not going to get over that because that's still there. You know what I mean? So I said to myself tonight, I'm feeling so much grief about all of the losses, this beautiful drive, this heavenly place where we lived, which also had its problems, but oh my God, you know. I'm afraid I'm going to lose all this chi energy that keeps me alive, that I'm going to lose the vision of the mountain, the land that we walk on, where the dogs run free and all of that. But what I'm really afraid of is that I will never recover from the grief. And I realize that now. And I will. Yesterday, we were very fortunate. There was a community center where people who volunteered came over the mountains from the east, over the mountain pass, where we evacuated. We went over the mountains east, and they came over the mountains, and they came from like an hour and a half away to bring us fresh produce from the farms in that area. Oh my God, I cannot tell you what it meant to see that fresh produce and take it home.
Not to mention the overflowing amount of clothing and all kinds of things that people would need to survive.
And love. And people gave me a sweatshirt. Now you have to watch Dreams of Peace tomorrow night because I am actually playing the piano. And it's me actually playing the piano, new music, and I'm wearing the sweatshirt that was given to me yesterday.
It's a leopard sweatshirt. It's got a couple of leopards on it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, leopards.
And what it was is not just the produce. Oh, Nick Helendu said, have a nice day. I'm trying.
Nick.
I am trying. What we felt was love. That's what we experienced. An abundance of love from strangers who somehow understood how incredibly difficult it is for us now. You can only go downriver once a day, and then 9 hours later you can come back upriver, and you have to sit
with
in
a pilot car.
With a pilot car. Island's got a love, coming out of her eyeballs. See, there's love. See?
Thank you, Island.
That's right. She's an island of love in all the debris. And that's what heals us. See, a long time ago, I got an inner message that said, love is the healing power. And it was about to the degree that you love yourself, God and others, using God in any way you might mean it, to that degree you will be healed. Well, I have to add something to that, which is to receive the love of yourself. God and others will heal us. That will heal the grief. It takes time, but now I know that I will heal because I will heal from the grief. Now, the problems, maybe not so easy, but you know something? It is easier to face those problems when you're not completely bogged down by grief. Crystal said, yes, we can recover. Yes, Crystal, my firstborn son was only 20 hours old when he passed. Oh, honey. He would have been 17 years old this year. I feel like it feels like just yesterday that he passed away. But I know he is in a better place. And that's a wonderful thing to think, especially in the world we live in now. It's pretty bad. So the world is, oh my God, between climate change and people's anger and the politics. Debbie said, hi, Beth and James. So good to see you both. Things will get better, and there are good people still in this messed up world. And that is exactly the point. So we found some wonderful people wherever we go. I may not have the river, but there will be love. Hello, good morning, Nepal. I'm Robbie Chamling Rai from Kathmandu, Nepal. Yes, and he puts a namaste or thank you. So good to see you. And Ali says good morning and something in Turkish that Facebook is no longer translating. Hello, Ali. See, love.
Hi.
There is love everywhere, and that's what will heal us and help to heal the grief if we let it in. So I want you to ask yourself, is there some grief? I mean, it sounds like Crystal is coping with hers. Oh, Ali sent us love from a doggy, which of course we love doggies. Is there any grief you think you can't recover from? And think again. Maybe you can. Maybe the blows are coming quickly and they're hard to cope with now. But we need to have faith in our capacity to heal and in the love that the world still has in abundance, and that there is beauty, that there is chi, that there will be a new home for us. Crystal said, this is so true. There is still so many good, true, and loving people in this world. That's right, and we want to be two of them. You know, if I don't believe that I can recover from my grief, I am going to go into the toilet. And if I go into the toilet, what can I bring you but shit? Am I allowed to say that?
Yes.
Good. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't want to believe that. I would rather have faith. Faith in you, faith in myself. Somebody also made a comment, but there's no words there, and it's in some language that I don't understand. And Richard is sending smiles and love. Oh, there is a face that has shown up.
Namaste.
Lovely, lovely. Another namaste and a namaste from Richard and a heart and a thumbs up and something else. And Crystal says, absolutely. So I'm so happy that we had this show tonight because I'm getting out of this endless pit of grief that I've been in.
Yeah.
I may have moments, and that's perfectly okay, normal, and healthy. We need to grieve to get through it. You know, I'm not hiding it. I'm crying all the time. But I also have faith, and there is love in my life. And I have love from you, and you have love from us. So, we will be back next Wednesday. I don't think you had a chance to say all that because we were having all that craziness about trying to get on.
Yes. Oh, by the way, you've come to Granny Rocks. And we're already experiencing her wisdom and her uncommon sense. And we air every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. So continue taking it away, Granny.
Thank you. And Crystal said absolutely. And tomorrow night, that's at 6:30 Pacific time on Wednesday. And tomorrow night, Thursday night, Dreams of Peace.
Beth is back.
I am back, and I recorded some music. We can't upload it because we don't have the bandwidth or the wave. But we sent it through the Dropbox to Todd, and Todd is going to he's going to play it tonight, all fresh music.
That night.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Is that night.
Yeah, you said tonight.
Oh, did I say that? I meant tomorrow night. And Crystal said you two both rock.
Yay, thank you, Crystal.
Thank you.
Rock too.
See, I feel better. And Amy has some ... And, it looks like something is coming. I love you both with all my hearts, and that's cute. Lots of hearts. And
thank you.
Todd said, love you too. Love you too. Love what you said tonight. Looking forward to seeing you soon. And indeed, come and join us tomorrow night for Dreams of Peace. The music. It's the music that soothes our soul. So, we'll see you next Wednesday, or if you can't come live, you can always come later. Comment, like, and share this show. So many people are feeling grief. Grief about what is happening in our nation, what is happening in our world, what is happening in our lives. And Crystal said, thank you. Mwah, mwah. Thank you to you. And I hope to see you tomorrow. And remember, I will answer your comments. Oh, I want to tell you something about tomorrow night. Even though we can't live stream it itself, it's going to get live streamed. And we will be here and we will answer comments on the chat. So we may not be able to speak because it's pre-recorded, but we will be there live. And Tracy said, you inspire me. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. She loves you, kisses and caring. And Crystal says, I will be there.
Wonderful.
You do that.
We'll look forward to seeing
Oh,
you,
yes,
hearing
indeed.
your presence.
So much love to everybody. And remember, we will overcome this grief because there is still enough love in the world if we are open to it, to heal.
Wonderful.
So with that, I'm going to say bye-bye.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye.